Back again with another video. I am coming to you live outside the Danielson Superior Court. Former Sergeant Brian Fahey was arraigned on the criminal charge of disorderly conduct, a Class C misdemeanor carrying up to 90 days in the county jail. Right behind me and right in front of the courthouse here. The courthouse is right here, the Danielson Superior Court here in the state of Connecticut. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So right here behind, we're live. A big supporter over here. So right here behind us is the Billboard truck showing Brian Fahey what he did to me, spit in my face and my mouth, how he was arrested, charged with disorderly conduct. Has some audio to it. I'll share that with you at the end. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel and stay tuned to this live stream. Can everybody see and hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me okay. Also, so we're going to get to the arraignment. I'm very upset today. Very, very upset. Again, we're outside of the courthouse, but I am very upset. I just got out of the courthouse. I was unable to be here for the arraignment of the former sergeant, the former disgraced, unhinged Brian Fahey. Can you give me a minute? I'm live. Thank you. So we are out here. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I'm very upset today, guys. You know, at the end of the day, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button. It's a very upsetting day. I wasn't able to attend his arraignment. The Billboard truck has been out here since 7:30 in the morning. They definitely have all seen it through their windows here. The state's attorney, everyone has seen it here. But, you know, he was arraigned. He pled not guilty. He snuck into the courthouse and he snuck out of the courthouse. I think we got some shots of him entering or leaving the courthouse and/or leaving the courthouse. There was news media here, but they only took still photos for whatever reason inside of the courtroom. So they took photos of him inside of the courtroom. I was told through a confidential source that there was a secret meeting between Fahey and the judge. You know, just it gets a little disheartening after a while, ladies and gentlemen, that law enforcement officers can continue to get special preferential treatment. He has made an application, his attorney, through his attorney, Brian Fahey has made an application for accelerated rehabilitation. What that means in the state of Connecticut, it's usually meant for people with drug problems. I'm not sure if Brian Fahey has a drug problem. I mean, he did get caught with drugs when he was young. He did get caught selling drugs when he was younger, in his 20s. Now he's a law enforcement. Well, first he was a correctional officer. You know, I've heard from former law enforcement, and they told me that Brian has been caught planting evidence. These are people that worked with him. I want you to really understand. People that worked directly with Brian Fahey have told me that he has beaten people unconscious, bloody, kicked their private parts, planted evidence, sold drugs. He got caught selling drugs, allegedly, through, these are according to people, verified individuals who worked with him. He got caught selling drugs while he was a New London police officer to other officers. He would take drugs from people. He was part of the gang unit in the correctional facility. He is a horrible individual. He has threatened me. I have received numerous death threats from people who claim to be associated with him. You know, he is disgusting. I've never really cared for him, obviously, but from what I've heard, he is a nasty, disgusting individual, and I'm going to try and hold him accountable. So he applied. The only update is that he applied for accelerated relief. He pled not guilty. He allegedly had a secret meeting with the judge. He pled not guilty, and he put in an application for accelerated rehabilitation, which normally that's used for, according to, I just got out of the courthouse right now. I wasn't able to be here before because of the order of protection. I'm looking to get that order of protection modified and get my own order of protection so that way I can be here for his next court date, which is, I believe, is October 6th or October 9th. I have to confirm that date. Oh, by the way, I went to go pull his court file, and the judge sealed, this must have been part of that secret meeting, the judge sealed his court file. No one can get access to the public court file. No one. It is completely sealed. So if you walk into the criminal clerk's office here at the courthouse, you will be able to get any documents from his file that is supposed to be a public document. It's been sealed. And now he's applied for accelerated rehabilitation, which is called AR. And what that means is that he is going to go to some sort of treatment, maybe anger management, maybe a drug program. I don't know. He might be a drug addict. We have court marshals right behind us here. I don't know exactly what it's going to entail. Stay out of trouble for a year, and the charges will be dismissed and off of his record forever. So that's what's going on. And, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I have a right as the victim of this unhinged sergeant to speak directly to the judge, and I'm going to oppose this accelerated rehabilitation. I'm going to do everything I can, but he already had a secret meeting with the judge, allegedly. You know, there's not much more I can do at this point. For those of you just joining, I'm gonna summarize it. Former Sergeant Brian Fahey was arraigned today, right behind me, at this courthouse, the Danielson Superior Courthouse here in Connecticut. He snuck in through the back door, and then he snuck out the back door. We have some images. Some other photojournalists have gotten some images of him coming in and out. There was a journalist inside of the courtroom. They did not take video for whatever reason. They took still images, which is very, I don't get it. We did bring the Billboard truck. That's the news report of him being arrested here. And that's him violently assaulting me and spitting in my face and my mouth. I'm told that he came out of this door right here, as you can see right behind me, got into a black SUV and got carted off. His attorney's name is Jeffrey Ment, M-E-N-T, Jeffrey Ment. He is a prominent criminal defense lawyer who represents police officers throughout the state of Connecticut, so he has plenty of work. Not the highest integrity kind of guy. Oh, I didn't show you the back of the Billboard truck here, right outside. It's perfectly parked, as you can see. That's the courthouse. This is the Billboard truck, perfectly parked, as you can see. Sergeant Brian Fahey spat on journalists. You can't really, let me turn the camera around. Sergeant Brian Fahey spat on journalists. There goes the mugshot I made because I had to make a mugshot. Why? Because the police, the Groton Police Department, the rotten police department, did not bother to take a mugshot. So there is audio on here. I just turned it down I did an interview with a local media company just now, a local news company. But, you know, at the end of the day, he pled not guilty. The former disgraced, unhinged Sergeant Brian Fahey pled not guilty in the courthouse behind me. And if you don't like that, if you don't like what's happening, hit the like button on this video so more people can see it. Share this video anywhere you can on your social media and leave a comment down below. We're going to continue to expose this and report on this. You know, at the end of the day, he applied today for accelerated rehabilitation, meaning that if he does some sort of program or he just stays out of trouble for 1 year, the charge will be dismissed off of his record. I spoke to a victim's advocate in the state of Connecticut. You have a right to a victim's advocate. So I spoke to a victim's advocate today, and she told me that I have a right to speak at the accelerated rehabilitation hearing that's going to be held in October. And I plan on speaking directly to the judge, and I'm going to speak frankly with the judge. I'm going to let the judge know. I believe the judge is Judge Green. That was the judge that presided over the arraignment today. I'm told that Judge Green and Fahey had a secret meeting. I don't know how true it is. Up there is the John Fahey. So the state's attorney's name is John Fahey. He was just appointed here to this judicial district in June, and his office is right up here in the courthouse. And he saw the Billboard truck today. Everybody saw the Billboard truck today as they were coming in. The victim's advocate, she works in this courthouse right here, and she told me, "Is that your Billboard truck outside?" I told her, "Yeah, it is." And she says, "Well, you're definitely making a statement." She almost threw up when she heard about what happened, how he spit in my face, into my mouth, the vile, disgusting creature. But again, yesterday I spoke with former law enforcement officers and former criminal officers on the phone and in person, and they told me that Fahey has been an unhinged psycho his entire career. First, as a correctional officer, he used to beat inmates. He was the head of the gang unit. He used to plant drugs on inmates, pour piss on them. This is what I'm being told, ladies and gentlemen, and it matches up directly with what he does today. He is an unhinged savage. Then he worked for New London. Allegedly, he sold drugs while being a police officer to other police officers, and that's why he had to go to the Connecticut State Police. Apparently, his wife, Kimberly Fahey, is friends or has family with some pretty prominent people here in the state of Connecticut, and that's how he was able to get a job with the Connecticut State Police. It is all intertwined. Apparently, he still has his job offer to work at one of the reservation departments, one of the tribal departments. I believe it's the Foxwoods Casino. Their police department, he has an offer to work there still. That's what my sources are telling me, that he is still going to be a cop. You know, I woke up this morning, I was supposed to be able to watch the proceedings via Zoom. Unfortunately, my attorney, Steven Seeger, didn't have service inside of the courthouse that he was in, and he didn't get the link in time. So I've been in kind of a bad mood all day. And just yesterday, I was trying to, today I've been in a horrible mood. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's because he's just gonna get away with it. As we all know, thank you, ma'am. As we all know, this psychopath is going to get away with it. Just like he got away with allegedly selling drugs while he was a New London police officer, kicking people in their private parts, excessive force, police brutality, the list goes on and on. He stalks women. Oh, and I know who he's having an affair with right now as well. He was having an affair with one of the Connecticut State Police employees. That information is getting out there as well. Listen, he is a bad man. He's a bad husband. He's a bad man. He's a bad everything. He is a bad, unhinged individual. He got caught selling drugs early in his life and using drugs, and he got caught selling drugs allegedly and planting drugs on people. This is what confirmed law enforcement officers are telling me. I wouldn't be telling you this allegedly if I didn't know that the people who I was talking to were former law enforcement and correctional officers. They worked with him. This is all but confirmed. I believe them. They told me he's capable of murder. Be careful, Sean. And I've been receiving a lot of death threats, and I hope they're not coming from Brian Fahey. It's disgusting what he's doing, and we're gonna hold him accountable. So for those of you just joining right now, please hit the like button. Please share this video so it can be seen by as many people as possible. We are outside of the courthouse here in Danielson Corrupticate, the Danielson Superior Court here, where former Sergeant, disgraced Sergeant Brian Fahey was arraigned on disorderly conduct, a Class C misdemeanor carrying up to 90 days in the county jail. Obviously, he should have been charged with so much more. We've had the Billboard truck out here parked right in front of the courthouse, as you can see. I'll turn the camera around so you can see. I've had the Billboard truck exposing him, had the audio turned on. I have a mugshot that I created because the Rotten Police Department, didn't bother to take a mugshot. Apparently, Brian Fahey had a secret meeting with the judge at this courthouse here, and his court file has been sealed from public view, and he has put in an application for accelerated rehabilitation, meaning that if he does a program, he might not even have to do a program like an anger management or a drug program, meaning that if he does some sort of program, or maybe not, just stay out of trouble for a year, he will be able to have the charges dismissed off of his record, and he goes about his life with his golden parachute of his pension. And again, this individual is an unhinged, dangerous individual. He really, really is. I've heard so many stories from law enforcement officers, so many reports from law enforcement officers, from former correctional officers, local PD, state police department. They've told me about his affair. They've told me about how he planted drugs. This is all allegedly. This is what I've been told by credible sources. Planting drugs, using drugs, selling drugs as a law enforcement officer, police brutality. I know he engages in that. He does it to me. I've seen on video. There's a victim out there, and if you're watching this right now, you should come forward. But there's a victim out there that he brutally beat, and they're scared to even let me post the video because they're scared of retaliation. But that video will come out if anything happens to me. There's a lot of information that I know that is being stored with other journalists, and just in case something happens to me. This man is really, these law enforcement officers and correctional officers tell me to be careful. They tell me to be careful, Sean. You know, he's capable of murder. They have seen what he's capable of. His security detail, where he worked a security detail, it's just so much information going on right now that, you know, it's just insane. You know, at the end of the day, we're going to try and hold him accountable the best way we can. We're going to speak in open court on October 6th or 9th, I believe it is. We're going to speak in open court. We're going to speak to the judge and tell the judge that he, Judge Green, should reject the accelerated rehabilitation because he's vile. He should have been charged with much more than disorderly conduct. He should have been charged with disorderly conduct, threatening, brandishing a firearm, and reckless endangerment. But he wasn't, because he's a law enforcement officer having secret meetings with the judge. This is just, it's just not fair. It's not, this is not justice. This is injustice. And I still have charges that are pending against me. Felony charges against myself and my cameraman. And I thought that John Fahey, the state's attorney, right here, I thought he was going to do the right thing, and turns out he didn't do the right thing. He didn't do the right thing. He deserves a billboard truck. He deserves his very own billboard truck. And, you know, again, it's not a threat, it's a promise, and it's a constitutionally protected activity. My charges should be dropped. And I know he's watching. He's watching. He's up there. He's watching. The state's attorney here in the Windham Judicial District, John Fahey, shares the last name of a psycho with a psycho. It would be nothing to change the first name on here to John, keep the Fahey, put some different graphics on there, because you're allowing him. You are not going to oppose the accelerated rehabilitation. You are not going to dismiss the charges against me. That's the least you can do. Decline to prosecute the charges against myself and my cameraman. Felony voyeurism, criminal trespassing. Have you read the police reports, John Fahey, State's Attorney John Fahey? Have you read them? The elements aren't there. They had no probable cause. This is ridiculous. So for those of you just joining, please hit the like button, share this video. Fahey, former disgraced Sergeant Brian Fahey, pled not guilty. He applied for an accelerated rehabilitation program that in October, the court will evaluate it at Judge Green. I'm told that he had a secret meeting with the court. I will look into that. His court file has been sealed, and if he gets granted accelerated rehabilitation, I get to speak at that court date. I will be able to give my opinion as the victim directly to the court on the record, and I have a lot to say about it, as you can imagine. You know, so just stay tuned to the channel for updates. This is not a day for justice. This is not a day for, you know, to celebrate. This is just another injustice that happens in our country because we, the people, allow it to happen. We allow these tyrants to have power where we shouldn't be giving them power. But I will continue to expose tyranny and corruption with my billboard truck here, everywhere I can in the state of Connecticut, all over the country. I appreciate all your support. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit.